What's going on, everybody? Welcome to my channel, Rivas Talk Sports. My name is John, and today we'll be going over player props for this upcoming weekend slate of the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Baltimore Ravens. Here are the player props that I'll be giving to you right now. All right, so for the quarterback props, Patrick Mahomes against Baltimore Ravens, he has 12 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. In AFC Conference Championship games, he has 14 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He's rushed for over 20 yards in 10 out of 17 games, and he also had multiple passing touchdown games in 9 out of 17 games. So the player prop that I have for Patrick Mahomes for this game is Patrick Mahomes 1.5 passing touchdowns, and I'm also going to do a same game parlay with this with an alt rushing spread of 20.5 rushing yards. If you were to get Mahomes at 1.5 passing touchdowns and the alt rushing spread of 20.5, you will get plus 164. Plus 164, not a bad way to kind of double up your money a little bit on that. Lamar Jackson, of 4 games versus the Chiefs, he's completed 20 or more passes once, went over 20 completions in 8 out of his 17 games. He will be going up against a stout Chiefs pass defense. Baltimore may rely on a heavy run game to at least kind of open up the passing game from Lamar, but I believe this will be a run heavy script this game to kind of bypass that passing defense. So for Lamar Jackson, I have Lamar Jackson under 19.5 completions, and you can grab that at minus 120. So for the rushing props for the running backs, let's start off with Isaiah Pacheco. His away splits are a lot better than they are at home. He's gone over 13.5 rushing attempts in 11 out of 17 games. He's had a touchdown within the last 2 playoff games, and he will need to be utilized against the Ravens defense to kind of help open up the passing game for Patrick Mahomes to see if they have a chance to do an upset. So for Isaiah Pacheco, rushing attempts I have is over 13.5. You can get that at minus 150, or you can do an anytime touchdown for Pacheco, which will be plus 125. Not bad, not bad. Now we have Gus Edwards. His running back props will be this. He will need to use his legs against the Chiefs' stout pass defense. He has a touchdown in 8 out of 13 games this season. He is heavily used in the goal line situations, and I believe this game will go back and forth where teams will end up in each other's red zone situation. So for Gus Edwards, I'm just going to go ahead with the anytime touchdown prop. You get that plus 130. I believe there is a good chance that Gus Edwards will get the touchdown. I see the Ravens kind of shying away from the passing game and kind of let Gus Edwards kind of eat a little bit when they're close to the end zone. And then now we're going to head over to our receiving props. So for the receivers that I like in this game, they are Rashee Rice and Zay Flowers. So I'm going to start with Rashee Rice. Right now, he's averaging 8 targets per game in the postseason. He's gotten over 7 receptions 4 times during the regular season. He's averaging about 88.5 receiving yards during the postseason. And the Ravens have held top receivers on opposing teams to under 70 receiving yards twice this season. Yes, they are a dominant team, dominant defense, but only twice this season they were able to hold a top receiver on the opposing team under 70 receiving yards twice. So for Rashee Rice, I believe he's going to eat. He's going to get his opportunities. Mahomes going to sling the ball a little bit. So for Rashee Rice, I have over 69.5 receiving yards. You can get that at plus 135. That is not a bad bet. Whenever Mahomes is in the backfield, there will be opportunities for chunk plays and receptions. So Rashee Rice is looking like the number 1 guy in the Chiefs. I do see Mahomes feeding him a bit more this game and see how they can get more involved and hopefully potentially win the game. And then for Zay Flowers, he's gone over 4 receptions 9 times this season. He leads the team in targets with 108 targets. Yards after catch kind of receiver who kind of turn on the jets once he's in open space, once he receives the ball. And he's averaging about 4.7 receptions versus AFC teams. So the player prop that I have for Zay Flowers is over 4.5 receptions at plus 135, or yards on longest reception over 18.5 yards. You get that at minus 110. So those are my player props for this games. Thank you for tuning in for this channel. Hopefully you guys hit, since we were able to hit 5 out of 6 last game. So check in and hopefully all hit. Thank you so much.